Hey guys, what's going on? Wanted to take a minute and just kind of do a follow-up video. So I decided to soften in the rear LED light on the hoop, and you'll see some of the footage here from the last video that I did that. And I really didn't have a plan in place when I started that. I'd seen other people do it, and I'd seen it done, and you can buy those hoops already cut on eBay and stuff. So when I did it, I just kind of thought it would come to me how I could cleanly mount that LED light in. So, like, to be honest, at the end of that, I kind of thought that's where it was gonna finish. To be honest, it's ever since I did that, it just hasn't been sitting right with me. I've been and sort of just going over in my mind how I can finish that up. I didn't want to. I know, I've heard of people doing spray foam or other foam or whatever else to fill it in, and I just didn't want that. I wanted something that was just went in really clean, and if I ever had to replace the light, it was going to be as easy as just peeling one out and peeling one back in. So this video is just kind of a supplemental to that. So I'm showing some of those first clips just so there's the full story. So now we can continue on, and I can give you the part 2 of the solution that I found. So to start, I had to really cut this way bigger than it was before, and that was essentially to fit this guy. This is what I came up with. It's 3 separate pieces of metal. You can see the 2 arched ones. It's the inner and the outer profile of the hoop, and then basically I just measured out the actual light, and then I built this centerpiece and just kind of eyeballed the curve so that it kind of matched. The goal is to get this sitting in there really nicely. Now I have a great upper and lower edge to tack or weld in, and I left the whole lip all around it. You can see a little bit proud, so that I'll be able to weld and get a really nice clean edge on it. Inside, you can see how nice and clean that is. All the welds are on the back side. I decided to not close in the ends, because basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to put small caps on the 2 ends right here. That'll serve 2 purposes. One, it'll really clean up this. It's kind of, been hitting with the grinder and stuff. And 2, these lights are offset. This end has more on it than this end. And this way I'll be able to fit it in and then be able to tuck the 2 ends in behind those 2 tabs that I'm going to put on. Really and truly, in the end, the adhesive that's on the back is going to kind of play the secondary role. This guy will kind of just tuck itself in, and it should sit there pretty nice. I will be able to use the adhesive at the same time. I'm probably going to have to do something where I don't use it on the ends so that it's got some slipability, and then once I push it in, I'll have the adhesive in the middle, and it'll just take to that. But overall, I'm actually really happy with this result. It's better than I could have expected. I was actually on the verge of just filling the whole thing in, and then I thought I would take a stab at doing it this way. And yeah, I think it's going to turn out really nice, and there's not going to be any kind of weird anything going on behind here. It's going to be a really nice solid surface. So like I said, next step is I'm going to put these 2 tabs on before I actually put this in place. I'm going to do a small grind just on the end, just so these become flush, so when I put those pieces in, I don't have to shave any more off. Then I'm going to tack this in place and then clean it up all around. right, there it is. I'm really happy with that. That's actually sitting there. It's solid against the back. It's very even. It's tucked up nicely. Obviously, there's a little bit more metal work I have to do, but for the most part, that's looking great. Before, it was like trying to get it fit and trying to, like, it would get twisted and everything else. This is happily sitting where it wants to go. It's and like I said, I've covered up the edges, so it just kind of sits there. So when it's time for permanent install, I'm just gonna release some of the sticker right in the middle, so I can tuck it in, and then just give it a push in on the center. But that's it. That right now really wouldn't move at all. It's not going to go in permanently yet. Still much more grinding, and then we'll get it in primer and paint, but that's a huge hurdle. That was something that troubled me for the longest time, so I'm really happy about that. Okay, so I'm going to call it there for today. If you dug this video, leave me a like, subscribe if you haven't, hit the notification bell for future videos. Next thing I have coming up, I'm going to just start attacking little tiny jobs on the bike in prep for paint. So next time I think it's going to be fork seals and steering bearings and stuff like that. So hit subscribe if you don't want to miss that. Until next time, we will see you guys soon. Cheers.